Hey, how you doing? I'm Kamo, and welcome to a game called Hero Siege. Now, this is a game I was a little bit skeptical of at first because I've played a lot of Hero Siege games, and they've kind of let me down. But I've been playing this one, and I've actually enjoyed it quite a bit. So this one, what I'm going to do is this is going to be more of like an explanation kind of thing, more of like a true review, I guess you could say, rather than just a let's play, so that I can actually show you guys what to expect with it.
Small fry, not trophy material.
So basically, when you start off, there's a bunch of different classes that you can play. You can choose, I think there is 9 or 10 different classes that you can play as. And each of the classes has unique skills and abilities. If any of you ever played Warcraft 3 from, I'm sorry, not just Warcraft 3. If any of you ever played Hero Siege from Warcraft 3,
Not nearly as tough as it looked.
it's actually a lot like that, but better. It's better because in the original Hero Siege, now I hadn't played it for a very, very long time, so they may have added this kind of stuff. But in this game, there are obstacles. Well, they came from different directions in that game too, but they come from all kinds of different directions. There's a bunch of obstacles. You'll come across dungeons and whatnot. You gotta speak of the devil. So you unlock dungeons, and you'll find a bunch of different loot in there, and then when you come back out, you gotta fight the waves again. And basically, you're expected to die eventually. It's one of those games. It's one of those games where things are gonna eventually get so hard. Things are gonna get so hard that you will eventually die. And then basically, it's just a matter of leveling your guy up, getting better skills. You don't really get better gear per se. Like, you don't grab armor and whatnot. Basically, what happens is during the game, you get a bunch of stat boosts, and then you use those stat boosts until you die. You can use potions, which will increase your stats for a period of time. And I am getting my butt royally kicked during this run. But you do have items that stay with you, like there's these masks and whatnot that you keep. Good lord, I'm getting my butt kicked. I ran into that. I was like, oh, let me catch that with my face. So, actually, I might as well show you it. So you collect relics and whatnots, which so far as I can understand are just collectibles. Let me go ahead and back out of here. So you go into single player. And as you can see, you've got a bunch of different character slots. I've tried a Nomad, Pirate, and Marksman. Marksman has been my favorite so far, but yeah, I was right, okay. So there's 9 different classes, and they're coming up with some DLC called The Depths of Hell, so that's something that they're working on. So they're still updating the game. They've got a lot that they plan on doing with it. And then let me go ahead and go back on in here. There's also a shop. You can buy clothing and whatnot. And you use these crystals. Now, at first glance, I thought that the crystals was something that you could buy with only real-life money, but it's not the case. It's a currency that just stays with you outside each of the areas, and you can collect more and more of it as you play. So I was initially kind of confused. I was like, really, is this a pay-to-win game? But it's not. It's not. And I've been playing this game for a good period of time. I haven't unlocked any additional difficulties. I haven't even gotten into a next area. I'm level 18.
You'll be
and
my next hunt.
You'll be rash. The voice acting is kind of funny sometimes. I always laugh when it feels like the voice actor's trying a little too hard to pull off a particular kind of voice, rather than try and find someone who fits the voice naturally. They have to use people who might not have a particular voice. So I mean, it sounds, I don't know, the Marksman voice sounds kind of weird to me. But that's just my personal take on it. I'm probably wrong. I'm always wrong. But anyways, I like the Marksman a lot because he's got these turrets that are so good. They freaking tank for you. They do a ton of damage. They do, like, I think I've got one of them up to 200 damage or something like that. And that might not sound like much, but I'm only doing like 50 per shot. And it shoots out 3 bullets, and each bullet can hit. So the Marksman has been my favorite so far, and there's a bunch of different classes you can play as, like I showed you. There's 8 currently. They are working on some additional DLC that's going to be called The Depths of Hell. I'm going to zoom ahead a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys what it's like when you level up. I'll show you the skill trees and whatnot. Actually, if I hit Y here, I can actually show it to you. So when you level up, you've got a skill tree on the right, and these are the various skills. I'll kind of show you a couple of them. Like, here's the multi-shot turret. Does 300 damage. It's got 2,000 health. The next level, it's going to increase its damage. Here's my other tower or turret. It's the arrow turret. It only shoots one shot. And you got like homing rockets, grenade throw. You can increase your agility, and that just gives you a chance to get a boost in a particular stat. And then here on the left is where you actually have your stats. Now your health will actually increase naturally on its own, but these other stats, you have to decide what you want. You've obviously got your damage, attacks per second, and your damage reduction. So basically, I mean, that's really all there is to that. And then A, there's the charm. That's the item that stays with you. And then on the right, you can have a minion, but I actually didn't opt to buy a minion yet. But that's something else that you can do. What's in that? Let me go ahead and I want to actually show you guys like a crypt or something. I want to show you guys a dungeon so that you can see those too. And then the game just basically keeps going and going and going, and there's a ton of different maps. As you move farther and farther, you're going to run into different environments, you're going to run into different enemies. This isn't the only floor, this just so happens to be the only one you're seeing right now because I'm bad and freaking died when I'm level 8. Excuse me, level 18. Oh, hey, here we go. Alright, so I can actually... Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Some actual freaking damage. My guy sucks. His actual damage sucks. What do you say? There's something baby down here? It's not like he's... There's something baby down here. Oh, you guys can walk across it, but I suck so bad! But, okay, so also, if I ever get the chance to show it to you guys, you basically, the currency that you get in the game is gold. You get gold, and then you have a random chance of coming across shops, and in those shops, you can purchase permanent stat upgrades until you die. So I guess they're temporary but permanent. The true permanent is the potions, because they only last a portion of time during the same run, so they'll run out during your actual playthrough. But the other ones, they're permanent for that run. So that's the only reason I'm saying that they're permanent, is just because they last your entire run rather than go away eventually. Okay, so I just got a level up, so now I can actually show you guys when you level up your stats. So I'm pretty much putting everything into damage just because that's how I play a lot of games. I just go straight damage on a lot of games. So now that's all you get for points. You get a couple of stat points and you get a skill point. That's pretty much how it works. Now when you pick up potions and whatnot, I didn't mention this before, when you pick up potions, it doesn't tell you what they do. So you just kind of use it and hope for the best. So it increases armor. Nice. Now if I remember correctly, I think that the stat boosts that you get from the statues are also permanent. I mean permanent for the run. I'm in the habit of calling it permanent just because the potions and whatnot are not permanent. Alright, at the very end, after you've killed everything, you have to fight a boss. Now, my skills here are going to decimate this guy because they're way over leveled for what I'm fighting. Yeah, it destroyed him. And they'll go after these things because like I said, they count as units. So I'll pick this up. Alright, so you can pick it up or you can discard it. The one I have is a lot better, so I'm going to go ahead and discard it. And then here's a relic, +8 to all stats. Sweet! And then you find that. Actually, I think it just, yeah, there you go. So I got a +8 to all my stats now. So, and then you move on to the next level by exploding. And here's a completely new environment. It's a new wave. You're going to fight new enemies. Now, you'll fight some of the same enemies at first. You know, as it gets you kind of used to the new environment, but eventually you'll start fighting new stuff. Now I'm kind of surprised. Normally I can find more keys than this, but I'm not getting much love in that regard this time. Like there's ones. It reminds me a lot of Binding of Isaac with some of the items that are in here because you'll get like items that give you 99 keys and that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. I don't have any keys, man. Give me some keys. There we go, I finally found a key. Now I actually wanted to show you guys the shop. You've probably seen it already. Where is it? I'm trying to find the shop. There we go. So that's what the shop looks. Ow! Good lord, leave me alone. Alright, here's what the shop looks like.
I can't hide y'all. Not for me.
There's no enemies down here. So here's the shop I was talking about. So you can buy a relic on the right for a lot. Magic potions, again, those are temporary stat upgrades. If you know what the particular potion that's on the ground does, that might be a good thing for you. But a lot of times that's probably not a good purchase because the stat is randomized. Again, unless you've ran into it during that run, because once you've discovered what a particular colored potion does, it's always the same for that run. But then when you die and come back, the potions are randomized again. Kind of like Binding of Isaac. So I don't really have a whole lot of money. I'm gonna buy some strength. But yeah, guys, I mean that's like that's the brunt of the game, really, honestly. It's a very simple and straightforward game. It's a lot like a lot of Hero Siege games that I have played. This is one of the better ones I've come across. A lot of people have tried to emulate Hero Siege games, and this one has actually done a pretty good job at it. I didn't like it that much at first, to be completely honest, but it really grew on me really fast. So I still have to say that this is definitely a recommended game from me. Go check it out. You can find it over on Steam, like most of them. -4 stamina permanently for the rest of the run. That's bull, man. That sucks. I hate those. I hate those. But yeah, go check it out. Again, it's called Hero Siege. Yeah. So yeah, that's the game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to toss me a like. In the meantime, you guys all take care.